Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Very Big Comedy Quiz, our second last one, possibly ever, but definitely for the month of September. It's fabulous to see all of you here once again. I apparently am on form tonight because I'm far too bright, so we just turned that down a little bit, just to make me a little bit. Well, now I'm lit from the bottom because I have my questions there and the other device. So it looks like you are watching me tell bad horror stories at a camp right now, so that's good too. But anyway, tonight we have a fabulous fellow to join us. For those of you who are regular listeners of 702, you'll know him very well. I've listened to him on many occasions. I always enjoyed his opinions and his shows and his chats or whatever. He's also been on Cape Talk, for those of you who are watching from Cape Town, and I know you're gonna love him if you don't already. So, ladies and gentlemen, please, can you welcome right here for his first time, depending on how much rum you've had, the wonderful Gushwell Brooks. Yay!
Hello, guys.
Hello and welcome.
How's it?
Nice to have you. It's nice to actually see your face while I hear your voice for a change. Thank you for joining us. Welcome to. How long have you been in Joburg for?
Hey.
You used to live in Cape Town, if I'm not mistaken, and now you're in Joburg.
Oh, no, I've always been a Joburg boy. Cape Town, I could never live in Cape Town.
Weren't you on Cape Talk for a while, though?
I lived there.
You didn't live there? Did you do Cape Talk out of the Santon studios?
Look, Cape Town is one of those places that you go on holiday and you leave it behind, and then you come back 2 weeks later. That's a lovely place.
Is a fabulous way to Cape Town. All right. So, well, then I don't need to welcome you to Joburg, because then, like, you're fairly good with Joburg, and we like that about you.
Thank you.
Yes, coming to us live from Northcliffe, the place with no signal, which we get completely over here because I don't get signal either. I'm not sure why, but why am I not seeing the comments on my feed? Anyway, so that's not serious. It looks like team here for the beer are in the house, so that's good. Welcome, team here for the beer. They're one of our regulars. Eric is a very funny person. Are you a pub quiz person regularly?
Gershel? Yeah, I've done badly in those. So yeah, I do enjoy them.
All right. And you studied at Wits. Like, one of the people when we advertised this said a fellow Witsi. So I'm assuming you studied at Wits. Was it Tumi Moraki? Tumi Moraki. Were you friends with her? Do you know her?
Yeah, it's funny because I once interviewed her and I mentioned that I used to go watch her plays at the Wits Theatre. So yeah, I'm a Witsi.
Yeah, there we go. She was very excited. I hope she's gonna log on and check us out. Right. So you studied? Did you study journalism, or what did you do at Wits?
I studied law, of all things in the world, and so technically I should be a practicing lawyer, but then life was too exciting while I was at Wits. I forgot to apply for articles, and that's how I ended up for being a lawyer.
Okay, I feel your signal might not be the strongest right now, but you have frozen in a good place, which is weird, because normally when people freeze, they don't freeze in a good place. Oh, there, you back? Are you with us? No, you've frozen in an even better place now. You're smiling. Okay, well, while we're waiting for Gushwell to get signal again, we might go through the rules. Are you back?
I think I'm trying to wing it. It's like I'm in a hole.
I think we're getting every third word.
Guys, with my other laptop, so maybe laptop and then have me pull in the other one.
I'm not sure what you just said. I just heard pull in the other one. So I'm gonna leave you to it. So we'll let you try and sort that out, and then I'm gonna explain the rules.
So what is that?
So when you come back, then we'll have you back. We got the coffin dodger in the house. So let's let you get on with it, and then when you come back, we'll see you back.
Yeah, we have two of them.
We have two of him.
There we go.
Are you back? Is that better? You're looking good. Although the signal's still not great.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So while we're doing that, I'm going to go through the rules. The first rule, the most important rule for those of you who've never joined us before, is don't put your answers in the comment section. Although for some bizarre reason, I'm not getting anything in the comment section right now, which is a bit concerning. So don't put any answers in the comment section. Do you want to see if you can fix that? And then the way you're going to do it is you write your answers down on a piece of paper, get yourself a pen and a piece of paper, write your answers down, and then there will be a Google document that is pinned in the comment section. That is where you'll register your team. It'll come as soon as Tabs is sorting out my technical issues. Once she's done that, then that is where you register your team, and then at the end of every round, I will give you the answers, and that is where you'll put your score. What else? What am I missing? Oh, very important. No Googling. If you Google, in a quiz of this nature, the only person you're going to satisfy / impress is yourself. And Gushwell, what do you call somebody who only satisfies themselves?
A masturbator.
A masturbator. Well done. Very PC. You can tell he's on air regularly. You can say wanker here. Nobody cares.
But I think masturbator sounds worse than the other one.
Well, it sounds far more scientific. It sounds like you're doing some sort of experimentation. And then last but not least, have fun. Everybody cheers. Cheers.
Cheers.
It's a long weekend coming up. It's Heritage Day. Are you doing anything awesome for Heritage Day, Gushwell?
Nothing planned yet. I'm just spending some time with the family, I guess. At my age and with 3 small children, that's all that you ever do is spend time with the family.
Yeah. 3. Yes, he's got 3. He beats us by 1.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Well, me as well. Mostly because I've got gout. So that's why. But anyway, so we're looking forward to a long weekend. So make sure you there's no excuse not to have fun. Should we crack on? Should we get to it? Question 1, section 1. There's a slight. We started off with a South African theme because it is Heritage Day, but it kind of morphed into just an African theme. So I hope everybody knows their continent well and their country. Question 1.
But if you don't know the answers, you'll at least go away knowing more.
Yeah, that's what Tab says because I told her some of the questions were too difficult. But as long as she can sleep better at night, I'm happy. All right, first one, we're going to start with an easy one. If you don't know this one, you actually have to give in your South African passport at Home Affairs on Tuesday. What is the name of the street in which 2 Nobel Peace Prize winners lived? The only street in the world that had 2 Nobel Peace Prize winners. What is the name of that street? Do you know this one? Have you been there?
I haven't been there, but I know the answer. And it's one of those weird things, isn't it? I'm in Joburg. Those 2 particular people lived on that street. So it's one of those things that I was supposed to have done, but I just never got to it.
And if you do it now, it's not that cool. Because back in the day, if you went, it was a proper representation of the area. But now it's become really commercialized and touristy, which made me a bit sad the last time I was there, or the last couple of times.
That type of thing happens, huh?
But I suppose people got to make money, so as long as they're doing that, then that's fine.
Yeah, Chris, not everyone can be broke like us.
So to repeat the question, name the only street in the world in which 2 Nobel Peace Prize winners lived. And then question 2. How many UNESCO sites are there in South Africa?
So this was a difficult question because we found 3 different websites with 3 different answers.
I don't know if you can hear Tabs. Yes, so we found 3 websites with 3 answers. So we're going to go with the biggest one.
And we think the most.
And we think the most recent because we're collecting them as a country. We connect Tender scandals and UNESCO sites. Those are our two big. Some countries collect stamps. We what? Sorry.
I just wanted to know. So you got 3 different answers on 3 different websites.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right. So what if all the teams get those numbers from those 3 different websites? Isn't that technically correct?
Well, let
Or am
them
I
fight.
mixing the things up?
The thing is that there's massive prizes up for grabs here, so we want to be exact.
Oh, I
at the
get
end
you.
of this. So you know what they say when you go to the pub quizzes, they say quizmaster. He's always correct. So that is me. I'm the quizmaster, the master of the quiz. So and I can actually say I've even been to some of these. Like, hopefully you have as well. I'm not going to name any. Because so that is the question: how many official UNESCO sites are there in South Africa? And the question 3 is to name 3 of those sites.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, some of these I didn't even know that they were actual sites. I'm very impressed with that. They UNESCO sites.
Yeah, you got some wrong.
I got a lot wrong. There was one that I was convinced was a UNESCO site, but it turns out it's not.
What, Boxburg?
But I think it's in a later question, so I'm not even going to tell you what it is.
No, don't.
So there you go. I don't think you get like a badge if you're in a UNESCO site or anything like that. Like we should be more.
Yeah, you should, like a little bumper sticker or something.
Yes.
I just want to say that answer is correct. I found it on the UNESCO site itself.
So we actually went to the UNESCO site now, and the answer we have is correct. That I just nearly said. Did Tab send you these questions? So
I did.
So you also know the answer.
I've never seen these answers before. If I happen to shout out any of the answers, it's because of my own wit and skill.
Guaranteed, in almost every single quiz, I give away one of the answers by mistake. All right, so
happens to the best of us.
Question 3 is to name 3 of the UNESCO sites. Question 4 is one that I felt is very important that we included it due to Tabs' habits. What is the longest wine route in the world? Yeah, the longest wine route in the world. Are you a wine person?
I was about to say, do you know that I don't actually like wine whatsoever? My wife likes wine. She's sitting upstairs and watching this right now, and I'm sorry for letting out secrets. But yeah.
Wine, like, who hurt you?
Dude, and you know what's the funny thing? I know that supposedly South Africa is some of the best wine in the world. That's what everyone says. And I really don't want to sound like one of those guys. But I was lucky enough to go to Italy once, okay? And so as stock standard practice, every night they would put 2 bottles of wine on the table, a bottle of red, a bottle of wine, of white. And the thing is, the Euro clubs the rand. So the only DOP you're going to have is the free DOP that you get on the table.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So eventually, I think by the second night, I gave in and I was like, I'm going to have some of this wine. And it was lovely. But I don't know. I think South African wines, they assault the tonsils, if you get what I'm saying. It's like, it's there. It grabs you like this. And I don't smart it.
The red the red on your table was what's the name of it? That Italian name? Nederberg.
Nederberg, no. But I'm not really a wine guy.
Well, that's fine.
And yourself?
Nobody's judging you. I'm currently a rum and Coke Zero guy because I'm watching my figure.
For sure. The thing is, rum comes out of the pores, though, man.
No, technically, I'm doing it to also support South Africans because it's 2 South African guys that make it in the Seychelles.
Okay. You patriot, you.
I know. Doing it for my country, man. So that was question 4. What is the longest wine route in the world? Question 5. Where is the highest pub in Africa? And by high, we mean altitude, not what is consumed inside. Just to, because that would have been Cool Runnings in Melville, if I'm not mistaken.
Just see, I missed that later.
Tragically, it's a parking lot now.
Yeah, geez, can you imagine that, man?
Like
it was like the coolest hangout spot in Joburg.
Yeah, and
that's where we met.
Yeah, that's actually where me and Tabs met.
Very classy.
Yes. before the days of Tinder, where you had to like hit on the journalist reviewing you, that was a
wow. Now you're giving away all the secrets.
All the secrets. She wrote me a great review. I'm gonna put that out there. And she liked the comedy as well.
That was lekker. Did you ever perform there, by the way?
Constantly. I was there on the very first night it opened and on the last night that before it closed.
Eish, those were the days, man. Yeah,
no, that was great. It must have run for what? About
at least 10 years.
Easily 10 years, yeah.
I was sort of one of those people that sort of got to the scene last. You know what I mean? I'm always that guy. If there's a car crash, I'm always looking in the wrong direction, and then after the fact, I'll catch up about it on the in the news. That's me.
So great investigative journalist then.
Yeah. Cyril Ramaphosa is our president now. Just keep the courage. All right. So, where is the highest pub in Africa? Which the location coincides with its name, but just as long as you know where the location is. And question 6, going on to Africa. What is Africa's newest country?
I know that one.
I didn't know that.
No, I knew that one because I'm smart. When you listen to 702, you learn things.
All we can say at the moment, it's a bit of a mess.
Well, it is a bit of a mess. But it's new. Sometimes new relationships are messy. Although I can't see it changing in the near future. But yes. So what is Africa's newest country? It's very shiny. Still in the plastic, I think. So not South Africa, Africa's newest country. Question 7. I don't know why the question is phrased like this. I'm not sure where we got it from, but I'm just going to read it as it's written. In what city is the Chinese-built headquarters of the African Union? I'm sure we could have just said the headquarters of the African Union, but we need to know that it's Chinese-built.
Chinese-built. That's an interesting qualifier.
Yeah. In fact, on the building, it doesn't even say African Union. It says African Union because they slightly Hong Kong. Are we allowed to say that? No. So in what city is the Chinese-built headquarters of the African Union? We were actually talking about, there was a program I did with Tumi Morake not so long ago called Point of Order. And actually, I don't think this is started in for a penny, in for a pound. And so they were launching it. It wasn't for South African audiences. It was going out through Africa through the Chinese pay TV station. I forget what it was called.
Star.
Yes, yeah.
And the episode they decided to show to all the press and everything had 2 comedians who were completely unaware, because we're quite aware of racism and whatever in this country.
Yeah.
But these guys are completely unaware that making fun of Chinese people also counts as racism.
Oh Lord.
So they're in front of all the press and this massive Chinese delegation from the satellite company. They showed the episode where these 2 comedians were talking about yellow people and Hong Kong goods and Jackie China's and you remember that?
I do.
The show got cancelled.
Like, why did you choose this episode? Come on.
Oh goodness.
Anyway, so
Why do people do stuff like that? Like, honestly, I mean, who was that person that said that? Listen, this is the episode that we should be showing. I mean, we can have a separate conversation about why the episode was shot in the first place, but why that specific episode? Jeez, yeah.
Like, I'm not like, maybe they didn't watch it through or didn't think it through, or boggles.
I know what happened to them. They ended up working for clicks afterwards.
They ended up waiting for?
Working for clicks.
Oh, yes. They went to the resume agency. And I'm just going to put in the disclaimer that the comedians are not who you would think they would be. They're very kind of, I want to say, politically aware comics. But I won't name shame for now. So that was question 7. In what city is the headquarters of the African Union? They also make great plasticware, for a slight clue.
Oh my word! It took me a while to figure out what you're talking about.
Are we going to do a number here or the actual country? I think we should do a number. Yes.
Hold on.
Instead of the actual countries.
I don't even know what you're talking about. Okay, yes, do a number.
Although I've kind of given... All right. In how many African countries is gay marriage legalized? So we don't need you to name the countries. Just tell us in how many African countries is gay marriage legal?
I think I can take a shot at that number.
Would you have known the answer to this one?
So this is a weird thing, and then maybe this is a disclaimer that comes a bit too late. So did you know that my day job is for the Human Rights Commission?
Yes.
I did not know that.
I did.
Okay, so my wife has stalked you. And funny enough, I'm part of a project dealing with this exact issue of LGBTI GNC rights. Just say the whole acronym again.
LGBTI and GNC. So GNC stands for gender non-conforming persons.
Okay, no, because there's a whole long thing, isn't there? Because I remember
LGBTQRST, I don't know.
we did the very big gay comedy quiz with Brent Lindeque. One of the questions was to say what everything stands for in the LGBT.
It's LGBTQQIP2SAA.
Yes, but
I like your one's a bit easier.
So that is why I tend to use LGBTI and GNC.
Yes, go with that. Far easier to remember than LGBTIQQSAA. And in fact, any acronym with SAA in it right now is dangerous.
Yeah.
So we'll go with GNC because that's also a nice supplement from a shop.
Do you see this here? I'm just trying to get my bearings right. Chris, you see this here?
This?
You see that? Yeah.
What's that?
No, that's a comic book. That's a comic book that I did on LGBTI and GNC rights. So I'm giving myself a plug there. But it's a freebie.
Well, we'll give it out as one of the prizes tonight.
For sure. Definitely. And you're getting one as well.
I look forward to it. Question 9. Name 3 of the countries that made up the founding members of SADC or SADC. Is it SADC? But it used to just be SADC. There's an E in there now, isn't there?
No, it's always been pronounced SADC, but it's always been SADC. So I don't understand.
Is it SADC?
Yeah.
Okay, so name 3 of the countries that made up the founding members of SADC. When was it founded? Any idea? I think it was.
It was. I can't tell you because my computer is slow. I should know this because I studied this.
Oh, crap.
1992.
1992.
Wow.
Okay.
1992.
It's a lot more recent than I thought it was.
Oh, no. I studied this last year, so I knew.
Now, for question 10.
here.
I have it's the lyrics to a song, but they're on my phone, which is currently being used to film this. So we weren't as forward thinking as you might be. So we're going to give you the lyrics. I'll leave it up to you if we're going to sing them or not.
Okay.
I will sing. So it is.
Chris, can I just say something quickly, mate?
Yes.
I showered for this. I'm not singing, dude. I showered for this. I'm not singing. Not a folk.
There's a dream I feel, so rare, so real.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is that it?
That's it. Do you want me to have a crack at singing it? If anybody, Erica says she might get the LGBTQIQQG SAA comic before she gets a cooler box CD. I'm just putting it. It's ready. It's here, Erica. It is ready for you. We've had it out. We've at least hit that step. Okay.
Dude, you should start your own YouTube channel. People do that type of thing where they have giveaways and you never get what they're giving away.
Well, we've been promising Erica this thing for a while. So, in fact, as a prize, if she wins tonight, I might even autograph it for her. I'm going to try and sing it. Are you ready? Brace yourself. There's a dream.
Oh, no.
Oh, no, I'm not going to try and sing it.
No, you can't.
Oh.
There's a dream. No. So there's a dream I feel so rare, so real. And I'll give a clue because that's quite just like so a bit cryptic. It's a song that would make me want to play rugby.
Yeah, for sure. I was about to say that every time I hear that song, I want to go play rugby.
Yeah. And it's not by Leon Schuster before anyone knows. So let's just recap the questions at lightning speed before we give the answers. Section 1, question 1. Name the street, the only street in the world in which 2 Nobel Peace Prize winners lived. Question 2, how many official UNESCO sites are there in South Africa? Question 3 is name 3 of those said UNESCO sites. Question 4, what is the... Sorry, I'm laughing because Erica's apparently not loving my singing. She said, hide the cat. Question 4, what is the longest wine route in the world? Question 5, where is the highest pub in Africa? Question 6, what is Africa's newest country? Question 7, in what city is the Chinese-built headquarters of the African Union? Question 8, in how many African countries is gay marriage legal? Question 9, name 3 countries that make up the founding members of SADC. And question 10, please name the artist who sang the song with the following lyrics. There's a dream I feel, so rare, so real. Shall we get to the answers? Question 1. Prachtig. I don't think Erica is ever going to forget prachtig. Yeah, I'll have to explain to you later where prachtig comes from. The street in South Africa, actually, where 2 Nobel Peace Prize winners lived, is Vilakazi Street in Soweto. The 2 Nobel Peace Prize winners were Desmond Tutu and Nelson Mandela. Vilakazi Street. Question 2, and in fact, I insist you go there if I have to take you there myself. It's something you have to see. You don't get to see the Archbishop's house, but you do get to see Nelson Mandela's house. And I'm not, like I said, it might be a hint too commercialized because they've thrown a lot of slabs of marble and granite around it and whatever, and they try and tell you it's like it was when he lived there. And I was just like, yeah, he must have loved it with these massive flat screen televisions on the wall.
in the 1960s, for sure.
Yeah, in the 19. Ah, well,
It was black and white then.
it's time for Lost. You know, I was also stuck on an island. Anyway, that's old material. Back when Lost was still a program, actually. How many official UNESCO sites are there in South Africa? The number is 10.
Jeez.
I know. 10
That's a lot.
UNESCO sites. So as of 2020, there are 10 World Heritage sites in South Africa, including 4 cultural sites, 4 natural sites, and a couple of mixed ones.
What's mixing?
I don't know. I'm just
A
reading.
mix between cultural and.
It's a mix between cultural and natural.
Oh,
Because you don't want to have any unnatural sites. Name 3. So I will give you a point if you got any of the following. The fossil hominid sites of Stadfontein / Swartkrans, Kromdraai, and environs. The Mapungabwe cultural landscape. Robben Island. Richtersfield cultural and botanical landscape. Kumani cultural landscape. Those are the cultural ones. You would have thought the fossil sites would have been, but anyway, just me. We're missing one here, but it doesn't matter.
Oh no, okay, never mind. I'll bring it back up.
The mixed one is Ukachlamba in the Drakensberg Park. The natural ones are the Cape Floral region of the Greater St. Lucia Wetland Park, the Fredefort Dome, and Barberton Makonjwa Mountain Land.
So I've got fossil hominid,
Mapungabwe.
There we go. Richtersveld, Robben Island, Kumani cultural landscape, Barberton.
Yep.
Cape Floral.
Yep.
Oh God. Okay, I can't. Sorry, this is a Scots person trying to speak. I don't even know. Do you not have that one?
No. The one you can't pronounce, that's the one we don't have. So if you got the one you can't pronounce, please be
I was about to say, that sounds like that's in South Italy, guys.
Isimangaliso. I've just butchered that.
Yeah.
It's a wetland park.
Well, especially after you've said the name of it.
Yeah, sorry about that. Sorry about me. Section.
Okay, so we'll put the 10th one in the comment section. But if you got any 3 of those, then give yourself a point for each one you got correct, up to 3 points. And let me see if I can.
Isimangaliso.
I don't see Isimangaliso. I see. Oh. Isimangaliso. Yes, that's exactly it.
So, okay, so I can keep my South African passport.
Yes, you can. All right. Question 4. What is the longest wine route in the world? It is Route 62 wine route, it spans a distance of 850 kilometers, stretches from Cape Town, Constantia to Port Elizabeth.
Excellent.
I don't know if that's really is that a wine route? Isn't that just like the N2?
Was van nou dronk raak.
Yeah. No, I don't know. Okay, but it's the Route 62 wine route. So anything close to that will give you a point. Where is the highest pub in South Africa? It's on the Sani Pass.
The Sani Mountain Lodge.
It's called the Sani Mountain Lodge.
Okay.
So next time
we should go and drink there.
A bigger pub.
After taking me to Vilakazi, you should take me there.
Yes, well, I mean, priorities. We will indeed. We will indeed. The Sani, although I've never been there, to be honest.
I've never been there either.
I find pubs, the altitude doesn't really bother me one way or the other.
No, but it's fun. That way, it's like a cheap date. You know what I mean? We go in, you have one drink, you sort it.
I feel you need to get to know me better.
One drink
and you sort it. Not even on an aeroplane. that was the most beautiful experience ever. We once flew to London to do a South African comedy show in London. And we somehow got upgraded to first class on Virgin Atlantic. Everybody took credit for it. I'm not sure who actually arranged it. But so we got upgraded, and one of my co-comedians, I'm sure you won't mind me mentioning his name, is Martin Jonas. And Martin drinks properly. Like he'll show that drink a thing or two. And he got hammered at the bar. And then the stewards were so professional about it. When they came around in the morning, they'd taken him to bed and everything, and they were like, "Wake up, sir. It's time for your hangover." I thought it was really sweet.
No, it's lovely. It's lovely.
Question 6. What is Africa's newest country? It is South Sudan.
Oh.
So they had a bit of a scuffle there, and now they've split, and so the new country is South Sudan.
And the scuffle continues.
The scuffle continues, but there is a new country out of the scuffle, and it is.
But it's a weird thing because each country is having their own scuffles, and then there's obviously the scuffle between the two countries as well. So it's one big scuffle. Every
day they're scuffling.
When did it become South Sudan?
It was a couple of years ago. Bit of a civil war. And then they split.
Oh, 2011.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's quite tragic actually. So the newest country is South Sudan. Question 7: in what country is the headquarters of the African Union? Addis Ababa or Addis Ababa, depending on how you pronounce it. It's the capital of Ethiopia.
You've been there, haven't you?
I have indeed been there in transit. I managed to stand.
I've been through the airport myself.
Yeah, if you stand at the window, you get to see all the sights. That's my story.
Yeah, it's one of the weirdest airports I've ever encountered in my life. You know that?
It was great at 3 a.m.
Toilet gift shop. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Smoking section.
and a lot of small children falling asleep on top of me. That was my memory.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, not my children. Just random.
Yeah, no. No, if they're not my kids, they must steer clear. That's. I give them a wide berth.
Well, you feel a little bit mean. Like I'd lost concentration. I was sitting on like a bench, and suddenly this dude's sitting on me. I didn't want to be like, it's not like a bird. Shoo. In how many African countries is gay marriage legal? The answer is an astounding 1. And it is South Africa. We're the only country in the entire African continent that gay marriage is legal.
Yeah.
You would think like Namibia or even sort of Swaziland or maybe, Botswana.
Maybe Namibia, I would give you credit for Namibia, but the rest, nah. And I think globally we were like the second or the third country, country in the world to have legalized, and it's same-sex marriage, by the way, not gay marriage.
Ah, sorry, my humble apologies.
No. Chastise yourself.
Copy and pasted.
I'm gonna judge the person who gave me these questions. Sort your shit out, man. You know what the worst part of the whole thing is when we were doing these questions, we have a very good friend who became a marriage officer purely so he could do same-sex marriages, and he didn't even flag that.
No, he didn't.
Wow, that is awesome because usually I think the biggest problem that we have in this country is that it's usually the opposite way, where because I think legally, and I don't know whether it still stands, but legally people can object to marrying same-sex couples. So he did it like the opposite way, where he's like, I am going to go marry same-sex couples.
He is gay. So it kind of made sense that now. But the funny thing is he gets a lot of hetero couples as well. So
he's non-denominational. That's one.
It's become his like sort of what would you call it? Hobby, side hustle. Yeah. He marries people.
Everyone's got a question
That's not a bad
Erica,
side hustle. Why didn't I think of that?
He's busy, eh?
he
busy.
gets more gigs than me for that thing. Eric is asking, was that after Swaziland changed name?
So Swaziland changed its name in 2018, but technically it's not a new country. It's
the same country with a different name.
Yeah. Eswatini.
Yeah, because King Moswati felt like he didn't get enough followers on social media. So he thought maybe people would get confused and people would follow him if the country was named something similar to him.
Dude, you know what I'm worried about when it comes to this Eswatini thing? Is that I'm worried that I'm going to sound like my parents' generation. And I'm hi dad, in case you guys are watching. But they always talk about Southwest Africa and Rhodesia, and you're like, what, guys? Come on, the 80s are long gone.
I was saying that to my wife when we went to the Bioscope the other day.
The pictures.
The pictures. Yeah, no, but I think our generation will still call it Swaziland, I think. But
we're going to be those people, dude. Your kids are going to look at you and like, Dad, it's not Swaziland anymore.
But you kind of got the reason why Rhodesia became Zimbabwe and Southwest Africa became Namibia. But what was the reason, like in 2018, to change from Swaziland? Like, there was no, just like, me, this is the land of the Swazis. That's a cuck name for a country. That's let's
name it after the king.
Yeah. I don't have enough wives, so I'm going to name the country after me. How many wives does he have right now?
I have no idea, but I know that the Maybach is a very popular car in that country at the moment. Do we have as many? Maybe that's a research project that you and I should do. Does Eswatini have more Maybachs than South Africa? In fact, does Eswatini have more Rolls Royces than South Africa?
When they all live in one place.
Exactly. And maybe as part of the research to validate it, we should drive the vehicles to make sure that they're legitimate Maybachs and Rolls Royces.
Yes, I think that's not a bad plan. We should check that out. We definitely investigate that.
Sure.
And I'm quite certain I could even partake in the reed dance because I look quite good topless. Yes, my kids have been pointing out my moves lately with great delight. Nobody to body shame you, quite like a 7-year-old.
Can I tell you something? I thought, Chris, this is such a moment that we get to share this because my daughter comes to me and she says, Daddy, I want to see your boobs as well, So thanks for sharing that with me because I thought I was alone in this thing.
No, I was in a bath with them and she started playing and I was like, no. There's a question here that says, if King Moswati marries lots of people, is he a bigamist?
Isn't he talking about him?
Oh, no, he's not. No, I thought he was talking about the king.
I don't know.
Like as opposed to polygamist. Anyway, I feel we've gone way off track here. Name 3 of the countries that make up the founding members of SADC. Now, keeping in mind, we weren't particularly popular in 1992. So we weren't founding members. So any 3 of the following: Angola, Botswana, Lesotho, Malawi, Mozambique, Swaziland, United Republic of Tanzania, Zambia, and Zimbabwe. I'll repeat those. Any 3 of the following: Angola, Botswana, Lesotho, Malawi, Mozambique, Swaziland, United Republic of Tanzania, Zambia, and Zimbabwe. Yeah, we didn't make it. We didn't get invited to that party.
No. PFA wouldn't have it. Oh, no, it was FW then, wasn't it?
Yeah, they said if you're going to join SADC, your president has to have a full head of hair and not look like Joshua Dore.
Yes, it is Ian. If Ian marries a lot of people, isn't he a bigamist?
Isn't he a bigamist?
He marries a lot of people. Never mind.
I think we're just going to...
I think my father may be drinking.
I just want to go, who is the bigamist?
It's our note for note question. The artist is Phil Collins. The lyrics are, there's a dream, I feel, so rare, so real. And it comes from World in Union by PJ Powers and Ladysmith Black Mambazo. But if you just said PJ Powers, we will.
No, you cannot.
We will. I will.
No.
I'm the quiz master. I'm the master of the quiz.
No, I think it's fair because I think that the Ladysmith Black Mambazo element is in the background. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Because that's what they did really well. Is that they in quite? I mean, there's Paul Simon. You Can Call Me Al with Paul Simon. Very few people know that the backing vocals is by Ladysmith Black Mambazo.
Yeah. Well, they also wrote the entire song and album, and made him very rich at their own expense. But
Exactly.
so I will accept PJ Powers. And bonus questions if you said Tandeka. And nobody knows.
But can I just raise a thing? Aren't you and I doing like the Paul Simon thing? Because what we're saying is, if we forget about Ladysmith Black Mambazo, we'll accept the answer. So
No,
yeah.
I think they still made money out of it. The difference was
Oh,
they
okay.
had to take Paul Simon to court. Because the thing was on that Graceland CD, like it had a distinctly South African feeling. And then what were the other songs? Like some of them, Homeless. Oh, you heard them? Diamonds
Yeah, exactly.
on the shoes. Oh, wow.
And that was actually very good. Awa, awa.
Oh, wow. It's one of my favorite albums ever. But anyway. All right, so that was for one point for Worlds in Union and 1 point for PJ Powers. I'm even going to do this. I will say if you got Ladysmith Black Mambazo, give yourself a bonus point.
For
Does
sure.
that make everyone happy? Which kind of means so that last one was out of 3 then. So that means section 1 was out of a total of 18 points.
Okay.
Question? Yes.
I just wanted to raise one thing on World in Union. You know what's my ultimate dream, my ultimate fantasy? Is to have Nas Botha, Joel Stransky do a duet, World in Union. Make it
Okay, I have a different fantasy that involves a blonde woman in a nurse's outfit. And no, I'm kidding. You want to hear Nas Botha and Joel Stransky?
World
You
in
know
Union.
that I have a friend called Simon who does a spot-on impression of both of them, and I'm quite certain he could make that come true for you.
Dude, that would be
If
one
you
of my
ever
highlights
get
for
a chance-
2020. I kid you not.
If you ever get a chance, listen to the rugby panel by Simon. Now I can't think of his surname, but he does Nas Botha speaking to Joel Stransky, speaking to Peter de Villiers, speaking to someone else, Nick Mallet, I think.
Nick Mallet. It has to be Nick Mallet. I'll definitely check it out.
What is the? I'm looking. I'm not sure what you're pointing at. The song is sung by a different artist at every World Rugby World Cup. World in Union. I didn't know that.
It's sort of become like a rugby anthem.
Well, the one that I sang
Mhm.
was the PJ Powers. Okay. So let's move on. So I hope you've all filled in your
What
scores.
was that one out of 2?
Was out of 18. Question 1, section 2. Now, this one, because there's always...
I'm just getting my charger. I'll be back now. 2 seconds. Off screen for 2 seconds, literally.
No stress. So often we've asked, or the question has been asked, what is the longest river in the world / in whatever? So we want to know, we know what the longest river in Africa is. What is the name of the second longest river in Africa? So
No, that's tricky.
What is the name of the second longest river in Africa? It's definitely not the Klein Yuxke, although that is a close contender. The second longest river in Africa. What is its name? Did you know this one before the time, Tabs? I didn't. No, of course you didn't. I know you didn't.
No, I had to Google it, remember?
Yes.
Simon Hill does the impression.
Simon Hill, that's the one.
Isn't he the one that was on?
Yes, it's Simon.
Yeah.
He's on Darren. Well, he was on Darren's show. Now he's on Jeremy's show. That guy. Question 2. What is the capital of Morocco? It's where all the good spices come from.
Layla is contending your math skills.
She's containing my math skills. Okay, so Layla's asking if it's out of 15. So Layla, there was 3 points for question 3, 3 points for question 9, which would make 14, and 3 points. I'm just reading what Tabs wrote here, Layla, just for the record, before you judge me.
3, 6.
I'm back. Sorry.
3 points for question 3.
Yeah.
Apparently I can't count either.
It's actually 16. It is out of
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
It's out of 16, Layla.
6, 7, 8, 9.
15 plus a bonus point.
11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. You're right.
I apologize humbly for Tabs's. She went to Mondial High. It went great there. I think Patricia Lewis went there as well or something. She did, didn't she? Did she? She did, hey? Yeah, Arnie was telling me. Okay, so with question 1 was the second longest river in Africa. Question 2, what is the capital of Morocco? What is Morocco famous for? They made they recently opened up an awesome burger chain. Yeah, it was called Morocco Mamas.
Oh.
I'm glad you're laughing at the shit stuff. So what is the capital of Morocco? And then question 3 is an interesting one. Where is the coco de mer native to? Where does it come from? Do you know what a coco de mer is?
I don't know, but it does sound very rude, though. Or at least you made it sound rude.
It looks rude as well. Like I don't know how much I can describe it.
Coco de mer isn't rude.
Coco de mer isn't rude. It is
coconut of the ocean.
The actual name means coconut of the ocean.
Okay.
Because they found one that washed up in the shores of like some European country or whatever. The clue is it comes from somewhere in Africa. Coco de mer, it's a coconut that looks like buttocks.
Okay.
Although we had a massive debate. I'm going to just share this because Tabs felt it looked more like a vagina.
No, that's what they told us when they.
No, that's not what they told us. That's what you heard.
I'm Googling this now. You said coconut of the ocean.
It's a coconut. There's no Googling allowed. You can Google.
But I'm not competing, you see. That's the thing.
Yeah, so you can Google coco de mer, and you'll see it looks like buttocks.
Okay, I got some really weird pictures coming up here.
Okay, are you Googling coco de mer or vagina?
Oh, okay. Wow.
So Daniel Sarich says coco de mer is rude. It looks like a lady's bottom, and if you open it, it smells like one too.
Well, it does.
I was actually gonna say, without thinking, how do you know what a lady's bottom smells like? And then I realized. Daniel is a colorectal surgeon. He would know better than most of us.
So you know what? So once I used to remember Love Life, the NGO, the NGO that So I'll never forget. I used to, while I was still a student, used to work for Love Life, right? And debating. I was doing debating, and so rather have the kids debate than experiment, and obviously also spread a positive message at the same time. But nonetheless, so we ended up in the Free State, in the Vrystaat, and there was a dominee that then took to the stage, and he was off script completely. He didn't get the whole thing about condoms and staying safe and that type of stuff. He just had one message: "Bly weg." And that's my message to you today: bly weg.
That's
Bly
not
weg.
a bad piece of advice there. So we'll move on to that was question 3. Where is the kokedamad native to? Where does it come from? There's only one place in the world where you'll find it. Question 4. What is the national animal of Botswana? This one took me by
I
surprise.
didn't know this one either.
Yes. Like I haven't really been. I haven't spent too much time in Botswana. Like I've been to Gab once or twice, but they don't like, our rugby team's called the Springboks. I don't think they have any team named after this animal. Have you been there?
I've not been to Botswana, but I've been to Zim twice, and I've done a lot of traveling. But it's the weirdest thing. So all the places that one would ordinarily think you would go, I haven't been there, and all the places that one wouldn't go to, I've been there.
Like Bloom.
If that makes sense.
Yes, makes perfect sense. No, I mean Zimbabwe is lovely this time of year as well.
Yeah, no, not recently, not very recently. Yeah,
Yeah,
but it's actually quite nice.
No, if you go there with rands, you rock and roll, man. You can do stuff.
Hey, dude, I went solo. It was work related. I was always on my own, stuck in one location.
I went there with a comedian called Mark Banks.
Hey,
do you know him?
Yes, I do.
He's known for not caring too much for authority and rules and saying what's on his mind.
Yeah.
And as we were going on stage, it was him, me, and a guy called Cole, Joshua, and Rube. And they were like, guys, just be careful what you say. The old man was still in charge in those days.
Yeah.
There's national intelligence, like at least 4 that we've identified in the audience tonight.
Everywhere.
Don't be saying things. And I was just like, oh, I'm going to get arrested here tonight. But he behaved himself. It was actually it was a great night in the end.
It can be fun.
Yeah. Although I must say, sometimes we worry about South Africa. In Zim, after the show, where we were, they'd said to us it was the first time they'd ever had a mixed crowd at the Seven Arts Theatre.
Mm-hmm.
This is not in the 90s. This is 2014, I think it was. And like the first time they've ever had a mixed crowd at the theatre. That blew my mind. And then afterwards, without any sense of anything, they were like, so guys, do you want to go to the white club or the black club?
No sense of irony whatsoever. Just, hey, do you want to go to...
Yeah. For the record, I said, let's go to both. And it was, people in Zim are tragic. Yes. So, question 4. What is the national animal of Botswana? Question 5. Which African country is the only one in the world to lie entirely 1,000 meters above sea level?
But that's a height and a half, isn't it? I mean, that's an entire kilometer above sea level.
Well, I mean, what is Joburg's about, 1,500 meters above sea level?
Yeah. But it explains a lot. I mean, it explains a lot. Not enough oxygen getting to the brain.
The whole country.
We're 1.753.
1.753. There you go. Well, I mean, yes.
Almost double.
So we're nearly twice as high as these people. We're so high.
It explains our traffic and how people drive.
High above them, yes. And that's also why rugby balls fly further in Joburg than they do in this country.
No, exactly.
What was the question?
The question was, which African country is the only one in the world to lie entirely 1,000 meters above sea level? I would have thought Bolivia was quite high as well, but apparently not. You know the story about Bolivia? We're going to get off track again here, but anyway. So
let me hear.
Bolivia, the football team, they always they win because of their home games. They play at the stadium that's like 3,000 meters above sea level, and all the visiting teams can't acclimatize, so they're all exhausted. And that's how they qualified for all the World Cups and stuff.
But I mean, that's the exact same thing we should be doing with the Springboks. I mean, everyone keeps on telling them, guys, play your tests at Ellis Park, because by the time the guys get here, they can't acclimate quickly enough.
If you ever read John Smith's book, I think it was called Captain in the Cold, he said playing at Ellis Park was like a 12-point lead to start off with, not just because of the altitude, but because Joburg people are so weird. It's like the crowd are slightly insane and more aggressive than anywhere else. And then
Seriously?
Just that you was reading it, and then like just also that awesome drive through like kind of Doornfontein to get to the stadium, and then then you get there and there's all these like guys from the East Rand who are like, hey,
Park my car down.
Can't give him a cherry.
So the reason why it's so Bolivia is up and down. So at its highest peak, it is quite high. But this country is the entire country.
The whole country
lies above that.
Okay, question 6. Timbuktu is in which country? Timbuktu was like the mythical city of gold or something crazy. Or what was the story behind Timbuktu?
The famous library. No, not library, university.
Is there a famous
Africa's
university?
oldest university, yeah.
But people also used to like to say, I'm sending you off to Timbuktu, or you'll end up in, like it became like a thing. I think it's just because it's such a nice name to say. But in which country will you find Timbuktu?
It became the shorthand for anywhere far away and mysterious.
There we go. It became the shorthand for anywhere far away and mysterious. In which country is it really? Question 7. This is a complicated one. There's big words here. In which city is located at the not in which city. Which city is located at the confluence of the White Nile and the Blue Nile? I didn't even know there were 2 Niles.
I knew it, but I didn't really think it mattered all that much. Because I don't know, when you get there, is the water white and then the water is blue?
It must be. Because maybe one's like kind of White River rafting or whatever, and one is just calm. But it looks almost like the blue one is drawn.
So the Blue Nile is the main source of water and fertile soil. And the White Nile is so called because it's light-colored clay sediment in the water, giving the river a grey color.
Yeah.
Can I just make a quick side comment there, Chris?
It's drawn like comic book stuff.
Can I make a quick side comment, Chris? You clearly married well, because your wife, honestly, she's clearly the smart one. I mean, she's always...
She's doing this shit. I don't think she knows it out of her head.
I know a lot of it out of my head, though.
No, you don't. Don't lie.
It's in the delivery. It's in the delivery. It sounds like, I know that shit.
Of course she knows it all.
Hey, I've got that recorded, huh?
Kofi Annan. This is question 8. Kofi Annan, the 7th Secretary General of the United Nations from 1997 to 2006, is what nationality?
I liked him. He was a
I liked him too. I did a PMS sketch where we advertised Annan coffee. I can't remember what the point of it was. I just remember doing it. We were trying to make a statement of sorts. We were very deep in those days. Annan coffee. It was to do with war. We were like, when I'm finished killing people in the morning, I like to have a big mug of Annan coffee. So Kofi Annan was the 7th Secretary General of the United Nations, from 1997 to 2006. What is his nationality? Question 9. Over 90% of which African country's wildlife is found nowhere else on Earth?
Whoa.
I know.
Very interesting.
That's crazy.
I think I might know this one.
You may know this one.
I might know this.
Is it? Do you think it's Cape Town?
No, I think the number for Cape Town is 95%.
Yes, that's it. Over 90% of which African country's wildlife is found nowhere else on Earth? That is a bit crazy. In fact, and even the vegetation and whatever, I read a book once about a guy who fought a war there, and he said the vegetation was the maddest he's ever encountered in all his years, including he fought in Europe and South Africa and other places. So anyway.
Why was he fighting so many wars, by the way? I mean, he was just like out there just...
He fought a war originally, and then that was kind of what he did, and he was quite good at it. And then, it was. Then there was another war come along, and he was like, he's not really enjoying being a lawyer or a talk show host or whatever he was. And he went on to fight that one, and he eventually became like an advisor to a president or something. It was an interesting man. I can't remember his name.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the next one. I think. Sometimes alone in the evening, I look outside my window. At the shadows in the night, I hear the sound of distant crying, the darkness multiplying, and weary hearts denied.
Beautiful. It's almost like you sang it there.
I'm trying to figure out what the song is. And then I might even have a crack at singing it.
You know this one. You
Go.
sang it
Just
earlier.
sing the tune for us.
No, I'm not singing it.
How does it go? So, let me read it again. Sometimes outside alone in the evening, I look outside my window at the shadows in the night. I hear the sound of distant crying, the darkness multiplying, and weary hearts denied. It doesn't say the thing here, though.
It does.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
Well, then it'll be a beautiful mystery.
It will be a beautiful mystery. We'll leave it as a beautiful mystery. I know who the singer is. I can't remember the song.
Yeah, and probably probably that person's best song.
No, I know it now. I know it. Do you want me to, maybe I should have a crack at it.
Belt it out, dude. Come on.
No, I'm not going to, because
Ah,
we've chosen sometimes alone.
Oh my God.
I look out. No, I can't.
You were so close.
I look out outside my window at the shadow. No, I don't even know that. I can't put it to the
Where's the
Where's
cat?
the cat?
You know why I wouldn't sing it is purely out of pure respect. I mean, if I had to sing that song, I'd just butcher it, and that would just be wrong. That would make me liable for prison time.
I think I could do the chorus, but in a really bad way.
Come, go for the chorus.
Let's in the interim, let's recap the questions at lightning speed. Question 1 for section 2. What is the second longest river in Africa? Question 2. What is the capital of Morocco? Question 3. Where does the coco de mer come from? Question 4. What is the national animal of Botswana? Question 5. Which African country is the only one to lie entirely 1,000 meters above sea level? Question 6. Timbuktu is in which country? Question 7. Which city is located at the confluence of the White Nile and the Blue Nile? Question 8. Kofi Annan, the 7th Secretary General of the UN, is what nationality? Question 9. Over 90% of which African country's wildlife is found nowhere else on Earth? And then question 10, I would like the artist and song title for the song that says, "Sometimes I look alone in the evening. I look outside my window at the shadows in the night. I hear the sound of dark distance crying, the darkness multiplying, and weary hearts denied." Should we get to the
Deep
answers?
stuff. Deep stuff.
Deep, deep stuff. What is the second longest river in Africa? It is the Congo.
Okay.
There's a dance that people do next to it where they grab each other's hips and they form a line. And that's called the Congo line. So it's the Congo. What is the capital of Morocco? Rabat. I'm not sure I'd ever want to visit Rabat, but it does sound like an amazing place.
No, dude, I was actually thinking about the movie. I was like, it must be Casablanca. So, Rabat, okay.
Everybody says Casablanca. I'm gonna ask you a question in a minute that nobody ever gets right, to see what you say. What is the national? This is not a quiz question. What is the national fish of South Africa?
The galjoen.
Oh, you see, you got it. Always says the coelacanth because for some bizarre reason, but it is indeed the galjoen. Anyway, well done, you showed me up. Question 3: where does the coco de mer come from? It comes from the Seychelles.
It could only come from the Seychelles. Jeez.
The only place in the world, and it's only on the one island. What's it?
Mahe. Praslin. No, Mahe.
Is it Mahe?
No, I don't know.
No, it's
Where did we go?
Praslin.
Yes, Praslin.
Either way, people should Google that thing. But you'll probably get fired. Don't Google it. Don't Google it on your work device.
Google coconut that looks like vagina. Coco de mer comes from the Seychelles is the answer to question 3. Question 4: what is the national animal of Botswana? It's the zebra.
Yeah, isn't it? It's weird. It's the weirdest thing ever.
Do they have? I wonder if they got a sports team called the Zebras.
Yes, they do. Was it the rugby team or was it the soccer team? But one of the two is called Zebras.
I don't think any of them are particularly successful, to be honest. Apparently, Man United's just copied their kit for their away kit.
So, yeah, the Botswana national football team is called the Zebras.
Ah, there we go. And they've really got the football team, the Zebras, at crosses. Worst joke ever, but I'm still laughing at my own stupid joke. Which is the African country that is the only one in the world to lie entirely 1,000 meters above sea level? It is Lesotho.
Duh. Okay, yeah.
Yes.
Makes sense.
So little boring history lesson for you, because what happened was they had a very smart king called King Moshweshwe.
I remember this stuff.
and he, like the Sotho folk will tell you very proudly that King Moshweshwe was never defeated by King Shaka. But that's only because, like, he had his kingdom in the sky, basically, and you had to sort of, hike up 7 million mountains to attack him, and by that stage you're knackered. So instead they just sold you a blanket and sent you on your way. you know what I love, though? This is true. Do you know where the blanket comes from? You know, the blanket is like the national thing of Lesotho. Those Lesotho blankets. So because he wanted to keep the British, King Moshweshwe, as his allies, he thought, what better way than to like buy stuff off them, so that they'll be like, we can't let this guy down. He's buying stuff off us. So he bought blankets off them. And that's yeah. They had before, it was like animal skins and stuff, but the actual blankets was because he was buying them off the British. Anyway,
that's awesome. That's an awesome one.
Question 6: Timbuktu is in which country? It is in Mali.
Mali.
Yeah. Mali. There was another song in Mali. Yeah. Mali, which means money. Question 7: which city is located at the confluence of the White Nile and the Blue Nile? It is Khartoum.
Should have known that one.
Did you not get the subtle clue I said where it looks a bit like a comic? Never mind.
No.
Might have been a bit too.
First time ever.
Khartoum. And then coffee and naan came from Ghana.
Uh-huh.
Also famous for their coffee, strangely enough. And they'll tell you they're famous for their chocolate, but their chocolate is disgusting.
I've never tried the chocolate in Ghana, though. I should say.
I tried it. I bought a whole bunch thinking, ooh, Ghanaian chocolate, this is going to be amazing. It's one of their big things at the airport there. And then I got on the plane and started eating it. I was like, this will be nice for cooking or something. I don't know. Yeah. It will make a nice gift for the wife when I get home.
Sunday this weekend as far as gets divorced.
Well, luckily she doesn't like chocolate anyway. She wouldn't be able to know the good stuff. Over 90% of which African country's wildlife is found nowhere else on Earth. They even made a movie about the place. Madagascar. Eat cornflakes, don't Google.
I don't know. I think Eric is drinking again.
No, cornflakes had to do with the previous quiz where they lowered your sex drive.
They stopped them from masturbating.
Stopped you from masturbating, that's right.
Oh, yes, they did. Kellogg's was a bit of a weird guy.
Yes, very strange man. But
very strange.
I've got to be honest, I ate cornflakes my entire teenage time. Didn't stop me from masturbating.
Still doesn't.
My mom is watching. I'm not saying anything.
I don't eat cornflakes anymore.
And I think my wife is also watching. I'm not. Nah, I didn't do anything.
So
not saying anything.
Layla's asking for the question. Answer to question 8. It is Ghanaian. Kofi Annan was from Ghana. He's Ghanaian. Answer to question 9 is Madagascar. And now I've got that song in my head. I like to move it, move it. Who was that? That was King Louis. What was his name? No, what was it? That's not King Louis.
It's the
like Lima.
Yeah.
I like to. You've got kids. You should know these things.
I know, and I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, what the heck is this clown's name? I know the actor that voices him. Funny enough, Sacha Baron Cohen.
Yes.
What was his name?
It was played Julian.
King Julian.
King Julian. But it's a cut name, so that's why I couldn't remember it. I mean, it's not sort of like a kid-friendly name.
So Daniel says you're supposed to put the cornflakes in your mattress so that they rustle when you tussle.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
No, you could add a bit of milk. Anyway.
Oh, stop it.
The lyrics, sometimes alone in the evening, I look outside my window at the shadows in the night. I hear the sound of distant crying, the darkness multiplying, weary hearts denied. It is My African Dream by Vicky Sampson.
I don't think Facebook will ban us for this one.
I don't think Facebook's going to pick up on that. African Dream, Vicky Sampson. That round was out of 11.
You sure?
I'm pretty sure that's what it says here. I didn't get any bonus marks. It says 11, so if there's any disputes, please send your grievance on a postcard to PO Box 231, Pine Gowrie 20.
And
address them to the Broadcasting Complaints Commission. Have you had any BCC complaints?
None whatsoever in 9 years, dude. I've managed to not get any. Imagine that.
Sort your shit out, man. I did sketch comedy for what are they called? Kagiso Media for maybe 3 and I had 2. So
Whoa. No, I'm well behaved. I mean, I was a church boy and all that stuff. So I'm
okay. Well, I'm gonna put in a complaint about you just so you can experience it.
Oh, nah. I've heard sort of what happens. I don't want to go through that. The whole thing of explain yourself. Nah.
Explain yourself. Mine was because we made a joke about ADD.
You're kidding me? ADD. Wow.
Yeah.
Of all the things that you could have said.
I know. And then in the next series, we made about 7 jokes about ADD. We could do that in those days.
Okay, so apparently our entire group of quiz players, nobody knew anything about that because all got the same score.
Everybody struggled. Well, don't worry, guys. If you felt that was a tough round, don't worry. It will seem a lot easier when you see the next round.
Apparently they know nothing about Africa, though.
Yes, come on. It's time for Africa. Shakira said so.
True, she did, yeah.
Waka waka eh.
Were those actual words, or did she just make it up?
I don't know.
She figured there's a World Cup in South Africa, so she's going to learn a Swahili song because we must speak that here. And FIFA was like, the World Cup's in South Africa. Let's get a South American person to sing a song.
Yes. And have Fresh the Ground doing the backing vocals.
Yeah.
I get it.
It's in Spanish.
It's not in Spanish.
It says here, Waka Waka is, wait, hold on, never mind.
Swahili.
Sorry. This time for Africa, called Waka Waka Esto es Africa, sorry.
Yes, her original version would have been in Spanish. She's from Colombia or something. I forgive her, though. I do.
I don't. Okay, but yeah, it's fine. You do.
FIFA, but Shakira, I don't mind. Her hips don't lie.
Yeah, Chris lost his mind when she started dry humping a monitor on stage at the opening concert.
We were there at the concert and we got to see her dry hump when she was singing. There's a she-wolf deep inside of you, woo, which is literally how the song goes. And then she humped a speaker. Well, it wasn't a speaker; it was a monitor. But, you know,
are you in touch with your she-wolf deep inside you right now?
Woo. To be honest, the woman, it irritates the crap out of me. Woo.
But the beginning of the song sounds like someone's burping, but like a deep burp, like a burp.
In the Time for Africa song.
Yeah.
I have never noticed.
Play it. I dare you to. Play it just as the song starts. I promise you, it sounds like a deep, deep burp.
All right. Well, let's get on to section 3. Which we're going to start with the easy one. Which country lies directly north of Namibia? Now, it should be reasonably easy because for a particular generation of South African men, they'd spent some time there at the north end of Namibia. And some people even refer to it as a border wall. But so people should know this one. Which country lies directly north of Namibia? I think I'm going to take a wild swing and say you might be a hint younger than me.
Probably not, dude. I wanted to talk to you about that, actually. You used a very flattering photo of me, and I'm sure a lot of people are watching this and they're damn disappointed. Because now my beard is all gray, my hair is shorter, because my daughter literally pulled it out. No, I'm actually, I'm getting more old now. You know what I mean?
Were you around in the days where people would like leave for 2 years to go and join the army?
I would say I was a lighty. Then. You know what I mean?
Okay. Well,
because then they let my people. So I knew about it because they let some of my people go there as well. I think it was sheer desperation. They're like, shit, we're running out of people, so let's take some of those folk as well. So that's around about the time I was a lighty. Yeah.
Operation Human Shield. No. Yeah, so I got the papers. I filled in the papers, but luckily by the time I was old enough, they'd stopped that nonsense.
Shit, seriously? You're old.
Yeah, so I didn't get the free tour of Namibia.
So you almost went, which means that you're quite old.
I was
3 years shy.
I think they stopped calling up in 93, 94.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so no, I would have filled them in 93. I'm matriculated. I'm 42. I'll just.
Jammer.
Sorry.
You're only 4 years older than me, so.
There we go. But so which country lies directly north of Namibia? Anyone who was of that age will know. Question 2. Iman, the widow of English rock musician David Bowie, was born in which African city?
I didn't know that.
Oh, me neither. In fact, I didn't even know her name was Iman.
Oh, really? She was a model.
I knew she
Yeah.
was.
Well, time she was more famous than him.
Mm.
You know, the thing is, like, I'm a big David Bowie fan, but I didn't know who he was modeled. Like, have you played 30 Seconds with Men? And if the clue is David Bowie, or David Bowie, depending on how you pronounce it, I would have gone the guy who sang Ziggy Stardust, right? Whereas my wife will go, the dude who was married to Iman. The subtle
I'll be able
difference
to answer both.
between how men and women think.
And then may his soul rest in peace. I mean, the guy was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tragic.
So in which city was his widow born? Which African city?
Oh.
She's beautiful, hey?
My wife is watching. I'm not saying anything.
Oh yeah.
She's
Well,
65. I think it's okay.
we'll Google her right after we Google vagina looking coconut. Okay, so what's question 3? What is the westernmost country in the mainland of Africa? So not an island or anything. The most western country. I feel I should give another clue here.
Why?
Because I just feel it's important that if I'm not mistaken, Sadio Mane comes from this place.
Is this a football thing?
Yeah. I thought so, but you confirmed it, yeah.
Yes. So if you know, you know.
Yeah,
Sadio
one
Mane.
of those things.
And it is the westernmost country of the mainland of Africa. Which is it?
I'm going to look.
Are you going to look?
I'm looking.
It's Sadio Mane. He scored 2 goals this weekend.
I did not know that.
What? That Sadio Mane comes from?
No. I'm looking at a map of this area.
All right, but we're going to move on. Which African desert is considered the oldest with the highest dunes on Earth?
And it wouldn't be the one that you think it is.
Well, it might.
Is that too much of a clue?
It could be the one that you're thinking it is, because I would have thought this one. It's a lot of contrast there as well, because but we won't go. So which African desert is considered the oldest with the highest dunes on Earth?
But there's always that one that everyone would think of, but it could be that one. But then there's that other one that no one ever thinks of, but it could be that one as well. So there you go.
That
would have been a great
clue there. If people didn't know before, they definitely know it now. And then that question 5. There are only 2 African countries entirely south of the Tropic of Capricorn. Name both of them. So only 2 African countries entirely, in that means the entire country is south of the Tropic of Capricorn. Name both of them.
That's a good one, actually. That's a good one.
I'll give you that one. That's a good question.
Oh, thank you.
Yes. It's a. I have nothing more to say about that.
Glad I impressed you.
That's it, really.
It's one of those ones that you can't saxify no matter what you do. I mean, it's just, that's it. That's how good it is.
Right along to question 6. Africa's busiest airport is near which major city? I think that's a gimme. But
It's another one of those. It's not the one that you think it is, but it could be the one that you think it is. Not.
But it could. Do you know where Africa's biggest fire station is? This is not a quiz
I've
question.
not cooking clue actually.
Africa's biggest fire station. Are you ready for this? Secunda.
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 Oh, I
Like
know
so.
why.
Well, yeah, because think about it. It's like a massive coal mine.
Yeah.
Coal to petrol conversion place.
Have you ever been to Secunda?
I have. That's how I know that the biggest fire station in Africa is there.
Yeah, because it's like one of those places you just can't breathe. My father used to work there, and he once took us there. Oh, did he take? But anyway, I ended up in Secunda somehow. I can't remember. My early 20s is a bit of a blur now. So, yeah, ended up in Secunda, and you can barely breathe in the place.
Yeah, it was great. I was there because I did a series of adverts for Sassel many years ago, and so I had to go and be like a mascot at their meetings and crap, because there's literally nothing I won't do for money. And so I got a whole tour of Charlie 1, it's called, as the big plant. And they hit me with all these facts, like they also generate more electricity in Charlie 1 than the whole of Mozambique. And they generate half of what they need. The rest they get from Eskom, which is troublesome. And the electricity bill per month is $50 million.
Oh my word!
Whoa!
Yeah. So there's a couple of useless facts for you. But the question was, what is Africa's busiest airport is near which major city?
And the answer is not Secunda.
It's not Secunda. I can guarantee you. It's Secunda even a city. Question 7. What did Louis Waskanski receive in Cape Town on the 3rd of December 1967? Yeah, there you go.
Did you know this?
Yes, you did.
Did you?
Yes. What did Louis Waskanski receive in Cape Town on the 3rd of December 1967? He kept it for a couple of weeks and then he decided, meh, I don't need it anymore.
You know what's the funniest thing? The first answer I could think of, honestly speaking, was apartheid.
He got that a lot. It was 1948, I think. Yeah. Yes. But, question 8. Which writer was the first to be awarded the Booker Prize twice? So, clue, it was a South African, obviously. Who was the first writer to be awarded the Booker Prize twice? Because he cocked it up the first time, so he had to get it again.
I think I actually know this one.
Daniel Surridge is saying, was it syphilis? Okay, and then question 9. This is a really tough one. South Africa is often. Did you Google this or did you just throw it in? South Africa is often referred to as what sort of nation, which describes the country's multicultural diversity? There we go.
That was an actual copy and paste. Actually.
Was it a copy and paste?
Copy and paste.
South Africa is often referred to as what sort of nation that describes the country's multicultural diversity?
You do know that the youth are going to tell us that we're being problematic right now.
Well, luckily, there's not too much use on Facebook in general.
If this was on TikTok, it would be a different story.
If this was on TikTok, they'd be like, the video is longer than 30 seconds. What's going on?
My brain's melting.
Yeah, we have a millennial who works with us, and we were doing a shoot with another youngster, and the like, you know, when you don't think you're old, but then you really feel old when they're like, have you seen this? This is on trend. We've got to do this. It's on trend. And showing you all these videos that are just crap. And like people.
Are you on TikTok?
I sort of am. Like just because I have to be, but I'm not active. I haven't posted anything on it.
So early on, you guys asked me if I'm on Instagram. I'm too ugly to be on Instagram. And TikTok, no, dude, I just can't. My best friend, who's probably watching this, who's literally a couple of months younger than me, is on TikTok. And maybe this is the opportunity. Let me look in the camera. Maybe this is your opportunity to explain to us why you're on TikTok at your age. Thanks.
Yes. Some of my best friends are on TikTok.
We're on TikTok.
I don't hate people on TikTok. Some of my best friends are on TikTok. All right, so it's our final question. It's a nerd for nerd question. Did you hear the news on the radio today? People have agreed to give their love away. I can't wait to be there in line. Did you hear the news on the radio? People have agreed to give their love away. I can't wait to be there in line. Yes, everybody should know that.
Yeah.
One. Did you hear the news on the radio today? People have agreed to give their love away. I can't wait to be there in line. Let's recap the questions really quickly and then give the answers. Question 1, which country lies directly north of Namibia? Question 2, Iman, the widow of English rock musician David Bowie, was born in which African city? Question 3, what is the westernmost country in the mainland of Africa? Question 4, which African desert is considered the oldest with the highest dunes on Earth? Question 5, there are only 2 African countries entirely south of the Tropic of Capricorn. What are their names, please? That's for 2 points. Question 6, Africa's busiest airport is near which major city? Question 7, what did Louis Wascansky receive in Cape Town on the 3rd of December 1967? Question 8, which writer was the first to be awarded the Booker Prize twice? Question 9, South Africa is often referred to as what sort of nation, which describes the country's multicultural diversity? And then finally, our last question, the lyrics, which I want the song title and artist for these lyrics. Sometimes alone in the... No, that's the wrong one. Did you hear the news on the radio today? People have agreed to give their love away. I can't wait to be there in line.
Were you in the music video, by the way?
I beg your pardon?
I have a feeling that you were in the music video.
I was not in the music video. I wish I was. I can't even think of the music video. And I love the song so much. Question 1, which country lies directly north of Namibia? It's Angola.
Been there.
Have you been there? That's one of the few I haven't been to. Isn't it? There's like they're looking for the ex-president's daughter right now. Where's she hiding? What's the story?
Well, at the time that I was there, he was still president. So, yeah, Dos Santos. You didn't say anything bad about him. And, yeah, you... But the thing about it was it would have been virtually impossible to say anything bad about him anyway, because everyone speaks Portuguese, and that's what they speak. And even the people who say that they can speak English speak Portuguese, and you're like, sure.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's a beautiful country, lovely place.
So he was president, and his daughter got all the tenders and money and ran away.
How could they? I mean, really, you wouldn't believe such a thing could ever happen. I mean, something like that could never happen in this country, ever.
Never.
Ever.
Because no daughter would ever be put in charge. Question 2. Iman, the widow of English rock musician David Bowie, was born in which African city? She was in Mogadishu, Somalia.
Yeah.
Mogadishu. So that's the answer to question 2. What is the westernmost country in the mainland of Africa? It is home of Sadio Mane, one of the most talented players in the English Premiership. Senegal, yes. So Senegal is the answer to question 3. Question 4: the African desert considered the oldest with the highest dunes on Earth is the Namib.
Boom. For sure.
Boom.
I thought so.
You can like sandboard down them or something, if I'm not mistaken.
Is it?
Yes, you can. They give you like my father-in-law was there. They give you one of those quad bikes, and even if it feels weird, you have to keep the accelerator on full because otherwise you're gonna kind of topple over. So it's so steep you have to keep, or something like that. I remember the story, but the Namib Desert is the answer to question 4.
So that's our third thing that we're doing. You take me to Vilakazi, then we go to what's that funny pub, and then after that, then we go sand duning.
The Sani pub. This is becoming an expensive quiz. I'm just putting it out there. But hey, I'm up for it. We'll get that 702. We'll do your show on the road.
Okay, that's what.
There are only 2 African countries entirely south of the Tropic of Capricorn. Name both. Lesotho and Swaziland, or what's it called?
Eswatini.
Yes.
Interesting.
And they're not even. I nearly said they're not even real countries. But that would be very mean.
Oh.
Have you ever seen Kagiso Lediga's got a bit about how, when you're young and you play house? Lesotho's playing country. Yeah. So it's Lesotho and Swaziland.
What is in Lesotho? Like, Swaziland still has Pig's Peak, but I mean, what's in Lesotho?
A lot of horses.
They sometimes have afri-ski.
Afri-ski, some blankets.
Yeah, but the afri-ski is only like literally 1 month a year.
A lot of mountains.
Isn't there a dam or water? They had a water thing.
Yes, there's the Lesotho water project. You can get petrol cheap there though, if you live close enough. So Lesotho and Swaziland. Question 6: Africa's busiest airport is near which major city? This might come as a shock to most people. It's Johannesburg, because some of us thought that it might be Windhoek, but no.
Windhoek.
I thought it was. I honestly thought it was Addis. It was one of those guys going to be like, obviously Addis Ababa.
Because that's becoming busy. Like they're using Ethiopian Airlines as like a model for why can't SAA do well. Sort your shit out, guys. But yes, so it's Johannesburg. Question 7: what did Louis Waskonski receive in Cape Town on the 3rd of December 1967? He got a heart. They say it's a new heart, but it was actually a second-hand heart.
Okay, yes. Okay. We know the other guy, the guy that actually performed the surgery, not the recipient. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you see. So that's Chris Barnard. But I think Daniel will correct me if I'm wrong here. He only actually lived for 2 weeks after the heart transplant.
Yeah.
So it was the first successful one, but the dude only lived for 2 weeks. And it wasn't a new heart. It was a second-hand heart. It says here new heart. Question 8: the first author to be awarded the Booker Prize twice was J.M. Coetzee.
I was wrong.
Who did you think it was?
I thought it was Alan Payton, honestly.
He wrote some good stuff. I'm trying to think of what J.M. Coetzee wrote. He wrote Disgrace, didn't he?
Boyhood.
Oh,
Boyhood.
Hey, dude, you're putting me on the spot here, man.
Boyhood.
Hey, I didn't go to Wits like the rich kids.
Oh, okay.
I didn't get to read books.
I guess this is where I just shut up, isn't it? It's just one of those where you're like, oh, okay. Because I was gonna pull the race card. I was gonna pull the whole apartheid education, blah blah blah, and then you just went Wits, and then that's it. That just deflated my tires.
Ah, there we go. No, I didn't get into Wits. I got into Wits Tech, which is almost as good, but not really. South Africa is often referred to as what sort of nation that describes the country's multicultural diversity? We're described as the Rainbow Nation.
Simunye, we are one.
Yes. Until social media came around.
Dude.
Do yourself a favor, watch the Social Dilemma. It's fascinating, and you can see it because it's Americanized, but you can see what they talk about happening in South Africa as well, where it actually polarizes people like much harder, much faster, and very interesting.
Yeah.
And then artist and song title. Yes, let's read that again. Did you hear the news on the radio today? People have agreed to give their love away. I can't wait to be there in line. Doobie.
That's really lost me.
So it's freshly ground with Doobie Doo. Doobie Doo.
I don't like the song as much as you do, by the way.
You don't like it as much as I do?
No, it's too happy. It's just too happy, too uplifting, too, you have to smile when you listen to it. It's one of those ones. And you know what's the most annoying thing? No, but it's one of those where let's say we did this at a pub and we played the song, everyone would smile and wave at you. You know what I mean? And then you're obliged to do the back at them. So no, I don't like songs like that.
Okay. That is very weird. I'll just leave it there. And say that round is out of 13. So let's add up your scores and see who the winner is. 19 days. So the man lived 19 days after the heart transplant. So
2 weeks plus 5 days.
Yeah, plus 5 days. So Discovery only paid for 14, though. That was why the discrepancy. Yes. So add up your scores. Tell us how you did. Let's see who the winners are. You can win that fabulous. What is the comic book called? The LGBT.
The Adventures of Ntatu Malefe, the Rainbow Edition.
Did you write it?
Yes, I wrote it.
Ah, there we go.
And guess what?
In all good.
I have a copy and it's in Portuguese. I have the Portuguese one.
Ah.
I didn't write it in Portuguese. I had it translated.
Did you distribute that in Angola?
Yeah, probably. And then here's the English one. No, this is still the Portuguese one. Okay, I don't know where the English one is.
It is out of 12, Layla. Tabs can't add.
But dude, I'm gonna get you one, but one in English, obviously.
Yes, English.
No.
English is good.
Yes.
Layla, you're right. It's out of 12. I am going to check Tabs' edition from now on.
Shut up, everyone. Shut up.
So the Human Rights Commission, how's that going right now? Have you got anything fabulous that's...
That's fun. it keeps me busy.
I can imagine.
Oh. I don't know, Chris. It's just that we can't behave as a nation. You know what I mean? It's like you and I. After we've done this, we got it along well. Everything went so well. It was all fun. And thanks, by the way, for inviting me. I hope that one day when I get to do something like this again. But obviously, the obvious way to end this is that you and I need to start a Twitter war based on race for some reason. That's the obvious way out of this.
Well, because when we spoke about the Zebras, the Botswana football team. Some of us like the white stripes, some of us like the black stripes, some of us were just upset that their hooves were made into gelatin,
And then I need to call you out and you need to call me out, and then the next thing you know, we're in the Sunday world.
I haven't been in the Sunday world for a while. I could do with the publicity, to be honest.
We'll talk to the PR girl tomorrow.
I'm gonna make a video about look at this. How can fat chicks be on Instagram? Did you see that?
No.
I want to sell my fitness clothes, so I'm gonna irritate everyone.
And then support idiot. Oh, shame he's not an idiot. This poor man in Lesotho who has the same company called Panda. He's getting all this hate. And he's like, it's not me, guys. We don't know. But now people promoting his business, and I actually just want to get something from him, just to go, rah, good for you, dude. Like, ride that wave, ride it.
And then if you did want to start a Twitter war, Erica Ricketts here, who's a massive Newcastle fan, says she likes black and white stripes. I don't know.
Yeah, no, she's too liberal. I mean, these liberals, you know, that's the problem. You know, these liberals.
They're Geordies, you know. And like Alan Shearer, who does that.
Oh, yeah. Unforgivable.
All right. In third place with a score of 26 points, they win the right to call tabs at any time and tell her how she can't add up the scores correctly. It's the Stackcidental Tourists. Well done, Stackcidental Tourists. In second place, you win another promise that you'll receive a Cooler Box CD one day when we sort our shit out. And we'll stop slagging off Newcastle for at least 3.5 minutes. The Snackcidental, no, that's third place. The team here for the beer. Congratulations. And then our winners with a fabulous 28 points. The Surrages. Well done, the Surrages. You win the comic book, which you in fact will give you 2, so you can give one to a deserving person as well. All right, thank you everybody for joining us. We'll be back again next week, Tuesday, for our final very big comedy quiz. Last one ever, except for the live one that'll be coming up when we do the details. We'll still stream the live one as well. Thank you, everyone. We'll catch you soon. Cheers.